Let's say I want to do this backpacking loop, starting in Grand Lake, Colorado, and going up into Rocky Mountain National Park. It actually goes along the Continental Divide Trail here, just does a nice loop through the park. So I know that this area was impacted by the East Troublesome Fire last summer. It burned about 2 million acres in this region of Colorado. So I just want to get a sense of how did the fire impact this trail. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to add the wildfire historical layer to my active maps. The reason I chose this wildfire layer is because it shows all of the wildfires that have burned in the US and in Canada over the last 20 years or so. So, sure enough, we can see this fire really came in and swept through a lot of my loop. But I want to get a better sense of what type of terrain did this burn through. Was it forest? Was it high alpine plains? Was it wet? Was it grass fields, etc.? So, for that, I really want to get a bird's eye aerial view of the terrain. So, I'm going to change my base map from Gaia Topo to satellite with labels. So I'm just going to add that to my active maps layer. I'm going to get rid of Gaia Topo because I don't need it. And great, crystal clear aerial view. However, I can't see my wildfire layer. So no sweat. I'm just going to drag it so it's on top of the satellite with labels. Well, now I can see both layers, but the wildfire layer is just really dark red, and that's because this wildfire just happened last year, so it's just going to show up as that bright red on the map. So, no problem. I'm just going to reduce the opacity a bit. Cool. Now I can see the wildfire boundaries, and I can also see the underlying terrain. So if we zoom in, we're still getting that really crisp view. We can see where the trees are, where they stop, etc. And from doing that, I can scout out potential campsites. I can predict how campsites might have been impacted by the fire. Same thing with water sources. Well, now I just really want to get a sense of how this wildfire is influenced and also interacts with the terrain. So to do that, I'm going to go into 3D mode. Perfect, awesome. Now I can see that the trail really is staying below tree line. It's actually going around these peaks for the most part. And when you get to something like this where the trail goes behind the mountain, you can just press the control key on your computer while dragging the mouse, and then you can swivel around. Perfect. Now we can see here, okay, going up switchbacks, but these actually, this is the fire, didn't go through here. Awesome. Going above tree level. Sweet. Yeah, I mean, as you can see though, this loop I mapped out really goes through a lot of zone that will now be a burn area. So, because of that, I'm probably going to do some more scouting just on the map, but I'm also going to call the ranger station. I'm going to go on to the Rocky Mountain National Park website and just make sure there aren't any closures. I might even try to get some photos to see how badly this was burned. Is it just going to be a lot of down trees, a lot of trees to cross over? Was it even worth it? If it is worth it, okay, how are the water sources influenced? Are there still places to camp along here, etc.? Awesome.